What up? Hey, what up, dog? 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 What up?
What up, though, Pride Nation? This is Luke G's Film Review, and we're back at it with another film session, this time for linebacker Gary Johnson. Let's talk about those strengths. Gary Johnson can play all three linebacker positions. He has decent speed. He takes pretty decent angles. He has no problem making the tackle. But then he has his weaknesses. And some of these weaknesses are things that I just happen to notice. It seems to me that he gets tired easily. He tackles way too high, way too often. And when he tackles low, it's often with his head down. Sometimes he doesn't always give maximum effort. And at times, it looks like he can't get off blocks. But that's not it. You know, he also have had some injury issues. He had a neck injury one year, a nagging foot injury the second year, and so he meets that standard of a guy who can make those tackles, but he's not going to change the game. So let's get into the film review. Shout out to Sag Nasty for suggesting us do a film review on Texas linebacker Gary Johnson. Okay, so let's get into the good. Mr. Gary Johnson's right here. All right. And what you're going to see here is the play is going to go over here. And what I like about this play is he does a very good job of taking a nice angle to cut the runner off and assist in the tackle. Now, when we play the clip, what you'll see is boom, he takes that step, gets out, goes over, helps clean up. Now, in case we missed it, let's go back a little bit. Let's slow it down a little bit. And take another look at it. And again, he's right here. I want you to watch his first step. As he comes up, boom. Now at this point, this is where he processes the play. He recognizes it's a run. At this point, he's going to turn and go. Now, there are some things he did bad in that angle, but this is still a good play by him, and we'll get to the bad and the ugly later. On this play right here, as you can see, Mr. Gary Johnson is right here. Okay. And what you're going to notice is he's going to do a very good job of showing his patience, letting the play develop, recognizing the play, and reacting. So, what you're going to see is, I'm leaving it in slow-mo, get the handoff, play action fake. Now, they do all this to set up the screen here, okay? And as they're setting up the screen here, I want you to watch what Mr. Johnson does. So he's coming in right now, recognizing the play. And boom, there's a tackle. Let's go back and take another look at that. He's here. Play is going to be a screen. You're going to notice he's going to come from here. He's tracking. Voice blockers. Boom. Can't ask for much better than that. Okay, as you can see, Gary Johnson's right here. All right. And what I love about this play, and why this play is a good play for him, is because he's going to shoot the gap, making sure he splits the two blockers and get in the backfield for a tackle for a loss. So what you're going to see is he's going to come up. He's already reading and reacting. And it's probably a run blitz more likely. He splits those two blockers, gets back there, make a nice tackle for a loss. Not bad. Okay. We're in the 2018 Baylor game. And on this play right here, what's good about this is he does a very good job of tracking the ball, hustling, and making the tackle. So what you'll see is he's right here. He comes off, sees the ball. He's hustling. Boom. That's all you can ask for, people. So let's get into the bad. On this play, he does a very good job avoiding the blocker. I give him that. He does a very good job of filling the gap. I'll give him that. He also makes the tackle. I'll give him that. But what makes this bad is I would like to see him knock the running back when he come down for the tackle versus the back breaking the tackle. Because what you're going to see is he's here and he's going to come as the run is coming, and you see he's coming down with a good angle. He's avoiding the blockers, and then he goes for this tackle. And if he wraps this guy up at this point, this tackle should be good, but he doesn't. And so now the guy breaks out, and that shouldn't happen. Now, lucky for him, he had some help, but for the most part, that was something I saw quite often. Here's another thing that I noticed that he does a lot, okay? And he's right here. I noticed that rather than get in and out of his cuts, flip his hips, plant his foot, change the direction, he does this strange hop, like it's almost like a bounce jump to gather himself to run. And what I find interesting about that is most linebackers who take those false steps, it takes them out of the play. Football is a game of inches, and that little thing can make a difference. So what you'll see here is this weird hop that he does. And I'm slowing it down because you're going to see him like basically hop and then go. I don't know why he does this, but boom, what is that? What is this hop? That's not a real linebacker motion. Okay, so here's another example of something that I just feel like it's part of the bed, but right here, that high step, and this one's going to take him out to play. Because what it's going to do is it's going to show a lack of discipline in coverage. So what you're going to see is he does the hop, and because of that, thank God the quarterback threw the ball poorly, because if he doesn't, his goose is cooked. And to show you the play at a little bit of a better speed, this hop step, which is supposed to be done to try to get him some time to react, it irritates me. I would rather see him come in and out of his cuts and his back paddles versus this hop step. But again, he's right here, and this weird bounce, and then thank God the quarterback just throws like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. But yeah, if that doesn't happen, that receiver gets the ball, he's nowhere in position to make that play. Now let's get into the ugly. So he's right here, okay? And what makes this play so ugly is I don't understand how can you be a player and be this close to another player and not get no hands on him. And this is going to be a run. And what I want you to do is to pay attention. Now he comes up. Now at this point, this guy is not even blocking him. He has the inside angle, and this guy is here to at least force it back. At this point, contact is made. And he's a little high, but how do we get to that point? To where now the running back is running away. I don't get that. That's ugly. Okay, this is going to probably be the ugliest thing you're going to see on my film, but I just want to show the facts. So Mr. Gary Johnson is right here, and what you're going to see is he's going to get those pads too high. And I tell everybody, when your pads are high, bad things will happen. So let's see what happens to him. Keep eyes on him. Did y'all see that, people? In case you missed it, I'll go back a little bit. Because this is what happens when you try to tackle somebody too high, okay? You can't do this. And the reason you can't do this is because it makes it easy for it. I'm going to slow it down even slower because I want you to see how bad this gets. Do not lose track of this guy. Look at this. All right, there we go. He's still right there. Still right there. Now, it was at this moment he knew he messed up. Look at where his feet is at, okay? Look at where his center of gravity is at. That's not parallel. Here's the running back. Watch the ride he takes. That's ugly, okay? He has to absolutely get his pass down on that play, okay? There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? The sad part about it is even when you watch it in normal speed, this is horrible, okay? I've seen that in more than just this game. Right here, we're going to get into some more of the ugliness. So right here is where Gary Johnson is at. Okay, and again, you're going to see some more poor tackling techniques. You know, in this play, he needs to break down, see the target with his head up, and get the player down. But that's not what he does here. And to slow it down so we can see it, there we go. All right, just want to make sure. All right, so that's not what he's going to do here. So he's going to come up, see it, and I want you to see right there. You got to keep your head up. And if your head is up, this does not happen, okay? And the reason this does not happen is because at this point, okay, this is what happens when you take your head down. You're going to miss those tackles. And I don't even think that he realized that it occurred until it happened to him. But I saw this poor tackling technique a few times with him. Here goes some more of the ugly sides of Mr. Gary Johnson. So one of the things that bothers me about him as a blitzer is he does not always recognize the blocking assignments of his opponent. And one of the most simplest things you can do is read the blocking assignments. So these guys are going to block down. And when they block down as he's blitzing, if he stays tight off this guy's butt and come down the line, he should meet the running back over here. Well, what he does is he somewhat hesitates and he goes straight for the opponent. And then what you're going to see is here, boom. So the moment these guys all block down, he needs to be coming tight off his butt right here. He did not do that. If he does, that's the perfect angle to get the back. And as he comes here, in case somebody say it, or well, what if it's a option? Okay, if he still comes down his butt, he meets both of them, because look where the positioning is at. Now this quarterback, if he keep it, has to get outside of him. I doubt that will happen. But because he takes a poor angle, now he's got to detour himself away from it to try to get over to the running back. And all he really had to do at that point was simply just read off their butt. So here's my synopsis on Gary Johnson. He's a pretty solid linebacker. He's not going to rewrite the history books as far as I can tell. He's not going to come in and be this game changer. But he will do his job. He will be efficient at doing his job. He definitely needs to work on his tackling mechanics. He needs to work on his footwork. He needs to work on flipping his hips. He's shown the ability to take good angles and be able to make the tackle. It's just that he tackles too high. If the Detroit Lions drafted him, would I be upset? Probably not. It just depends on where they drafted him. You know, if you're telling me he's a second-round pick, yeah, I'm probably upset. You know, third-round pick, that's debatable. But for the most part, he's a solid player who's going to get the job done. He seems to be one of the more faster linebackers in his class, and seems to have at least a knack for being able to locate the ball. So that's it for now. That's my synopsis on Gary Johnson. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and notification button. And until next time, don't be no chump. Please do your research.